Hey guys, it's M4J here, and welcome back to the real Hatfield town here on Football Manager 2021. So last time out then was our first season in the Spartan South Midlands... No, was it? What league are we in? Oh yeah, Spartan South Midlands League Division 1. I was right. When you question yourself and it turns out you were right all along. We played Stopfold in our first game of the new season, Season 2, and we won that lovely 4-0 with goals from Carter Hudson Doncaster, Andy Jacob, and a brace from Juan Pablo Gonzalez Velasco. We then capitalised, shall we say, on that victory by absolutely trouncing London Tigers. Now, I have never, in all my years of playing Football Manager, I have never had a result as good as this, I don't think. 10-0 against London Tigers, away from home. 3 goals from Gonzalez Velasco, including one in the second minute of the game. 1 from Akram Chowdhury, 1 from Studholme, and 5 from Baker. 5! He scored 5 goals, everybody. Absolutely insane. Really happy with the result, though, and I know that I've said in the past that winning 10-0 isn't always fun, but sometimes when you just keep banging them in like we did, you could even see there, we scored some goals in the second half of the game, which was really exciting. In fact, we scored 1, 2, 3, 4 of our 10 goals in the second half, which is almost half. So yeah, we're doing okay. We are doing okay, but today's episode is not so much about the scorelines, it's about the match plans, which is something that some people are for, some people are against. Me personally, when I'm playing off camera, where's Evans gone? When I'm playing matches off camera, I'm very much for having match plans. So for example, I'll show you the match plan that I've currently got. It's called M4J4231 Primary, and it's reasonably simple. I've got some parameters set up, so drawing at any time, drawing in the 70th to 90th minute, and then 85th to 90. Then for 10 minutes after scoring a goal, drawing during extra time. I haven't got one after conceding a goal, actually. I don't think I need that, though. And then drawing during extra time, winning by a goal at any time, so on, so on. Now, this one here, I don't think I need. Maybe I'll get rid of that. I don't know. But yeah, we got ones for winning, including winning by 2+ goals, and then we got ones for losing. And it's very simple. It's just basic things like tweak here, change there, that kind of thing. And I tried to keep the plans as simple as possible, although saying that, yeah, a lot of these aren't that simple right now, but they will get simplified as the season goes on, I'm sure. But one thing I've learned from my previous save, so the youthful Hatfield town is continuing in the background, and I've just been promoted to the Premier League for the first time, which is what I announced during the stream on Sunday. And as part of that, I've learned very quickly that, first of all, I have no defenders because I had a bit of a transfer whoopsie. Spent all my money on strikers that I perhaps didn't need, although they are scoring goals for me, which is nice. So we are losing matches, but we're losing like 3-2 and, 2-1 and things like that. We're not really losing by huge margins. But I've come up with a new Park the Bus match plan, which I'm using to basically try and frustrate the opponent into leaving gaps for me to exploit. And that's something that we don't really need yet here, but I want to try it. I want to try it and see if it's actually worth doing. So I'm going to export this match plan, which is something I've already done, but I'm going to export it again. And then I'm going to re-import it back in so that we effectively have a copy. I'm going to rename it 4231. I'm just going to name it Bus. There we go. I'll select it so that it's what I use in the next game. And then I'm going to go through these and change. So we're going to keep the system the same, the 4231. But we're going to switch this to cautious. And I'm going to remove all of these. And I'm going to go as simple as I can, because I want the players to use their brains as much as possible with these match plans. But I want some things to be set in stone, like much shorter passing, for example. If I so much as see Evans or a 2 kick the ball over the halfway line from inside their own box. Oi, right. Dribble less. Actually, I think I'll leave that one up to them. Where am I going with this? Oh, there you go. Distribute to centre-backs. That's something else I want to do. So no long kicks, please, from the keeper. We'll slow the pace down as well. We'll go narrower with the formation and a lower defensive line. And I think that's it for this one at least. Or a lower tempo as well. I think that's it for this one. That's all we're going to set. Then for the drawing in the 70 to 90 minutes, we're going to be going... So hang on, have I got... Okay, so I see what I've done here. So after I made this match plan, I did actually go and add some to my previous Youthful Hatfield Town match plan. So I might add a couple of extra lines at the bottom here, but we'll see about that in a second. But yeah, for drawing 70 to 90, we'll go balanced instead of cautious. Again, if I remove all of these... There we go. So we'll do shorter passing instead of much shorter. And we will... what else will I do? We might roll it out or throw it out. We'll distribute to Playmaker. Try and make something happen there. We won't do slow down or distribute quickly. Again, we'll leave that up to the goalkeeper. We'll go narrower still. And what else? I think the line of defence, we'll leave that up to the players too. We'll go with a slightly higher line of engagement though, as opposed to previously. And then we'll also have maybe I think we'll go lower tempo still, because at this point you've still got 20 minutes before the end of the game, so you're not in a huge rush, especially when you're only drawing. And yeah, I think that's it actually. Just those 5 things. Everything else is up to the players as to what they do. Now, drawing 85 to 90 minutes, at this point we've got 5 minutes to try and make something happen. So at this stage we'll go more attacking and we'll start looking to exploit things a bit more. So we'll go for example, more direct passing. We will try to hit early crosses. Shoot on sight for sure. That's something that's frustrated me in the past, is when we just don't shoot. Distribute to... I want to say distribute to flanks at this point. And we're also going to distribute quickly. Oops, that's slow pace down. That's not what I wanted at all. Distribute quickly. As well as... So yeah, we're going to go wider. We're not going to go super wide, but we are going to go wider. And then much higher line of engagement, because we're trying to force the defenders into making mistakes. And we'll go with a higher pressing intensity as well. So this one is a lot more complicated than the previous ones. I'll try and explain the rationale in a bit. We'll also do counter press and counter attack, because again, you've got 5 minutes at this point plus injury time to try and make something happen. So you are really throwing everything out the window and just going for it. Much higher tempo. And I might even... I hate the fact... Why is this not like the team instructions window where you just click on things that you want? I never understand that. We'll go with be more expressive as well. So that's the first 3 there done. So for 10 minutes after scoring a goal... now in the past here, you see I've gone for very attacking to try and double the lead. But because this is a park the bus system, I'm actually going to switch this now to very defensive. Or not very defensive, but defensive at least. And again, we're going to go much shorter passing. Dribble less, because you don't want to get dispossessed. Try and pass it if you can. Actually, no, that's something that we'll leave the players to decide. Thinking about it. Distribute to centre-backs. Slow pace down. Because you know the old adage, you're most vulnerable when you've just scored. So we want to stop that being an issue. And then much lower... Where's the defensive line? There it is. Much lower defensive line. And I think that's going to be all of them. Maybe regroup and hold shape as well, just so we're not, you know, taking the mickey. I think that's it. I think that's all we're doing for this one. We could do the lower tempo as well. Or we'll do be more disciplined. There we go. We don't want to mess around. Well, tempo, again, it's up to them what they do. During extra time, I think I'm just going to leave that as is. Because at that point, if you're in a cup game and you're in extra time, you really are looking for a goal. So winning by 1+ goal at any time. Here we've got it set to positive, but I'm actually going to tweak that to cautious still. And we're going to get rid of pass into space, play out of defence, run at defence, work ball into box, all of this stuff. Distribute to flanks, no. But yeah, I think we are just getting rid of all of this and starting again. So we'll go with much shorter passing still. If I go right down the bottom, just so I don't forget, be more disciplined, for sure. And then I also want them to distribute to fullbacks at this point, because you don't want to be constantly giving it to the centre-backs, because at that point they'll just be marked out of the game. Even if they come in the box, there'll still be people waiting to snap them when they go outside the box. Maybe not snap them, that sounds a bit dark. You know what I mean, like grab hold of them, get the ball off them. So the other thing we're going to do, slow pace down for sure. This is, I mean, it's called parking the bus, but I tend to refer to it as sucking the life out of football myself. I don't like this tactic by any stretch, but it's kind of a necessity in certain games, particularly when you're the underdog. So we're not in the FA Cup this season, but I think we might be in it from next season onwards. And you can imagine, you know, one day we might be drawn against a Football League team. And at that point, you really do want to just kill the game from the start as quickly as you can. And stop the opposition from having any kind of excitement. And you just want to drain the life out of them. And, you know how it is. That's football. It's the Mourinho tactic, basically. You just want to kill football, make it so boring that no one wants to watch it, but you get the result, and that's the main thing. What are we going to do? We'll go with a lower pressing intensity. And a lower line of engagement. So we'll wait for them to cross the halfway line before we stretch ourselves. Counter press and everything we won't worry about. And we'll go with a lower tempo. And I think that's all we need. So then 70 to 90. I'm actually going to get rid of 75 to 85. Because I think that falls under 70 to 90 quite nicely. So here we've got the same tactic here. The 4-2-3-1. Am I okay with that? I think I am, to be honest. I'm going to go with very defensive here, though. Actually, no, that's stupid. I'll go with defensive still, because I think the previous one was cautious, wasn't it? So, yeah, this will be defensive. And this could be very basic. It's going to be like much shorter passing. Distribute to fullbacks. And slow pace down. I'm going to try and keep it like 6 or less. Much narrower. Much lower defensive line. And disciplined. And maybe even play for set pieces just to really suck the life out of the game. We've got defenders throwing themselves to the ground as well. And the cool thing about these match plans is you can always add stuff and take stuff out over time. So, you know, we will tweak this constantly as we go on. Alright, now we've got the 4-2-2-1. I hate this tactic, so I'm going to set to formation. Maybe a 5-3-2 with wingbacks, or maybe... Oh, what's the most defensive? 5-4-1-2 with 2 DMs. That's not a bad one for super uber defensive. We'll go very defensive there as well. And this is just the last 5 minutes of the game. So this is just, you know, literally kill everything. So we're going to completely destroy any hope of a game of football being played at this point. We're going to distribute to probably the centre-backs, because there's going to be 3 of them at this stage. And slow pace down. Much lower defensive line. So we're going to have a flat 5 across the 6-yard line, basically. Much lower line of engagement. Intensity-wise, again, actually, I think intensity we could go much lower as well. We're not pressing them. Not really. They're coming to us. And then waste much more time. I should probably have waste time on the previous one as well. And then just disciplined and play for set pieces. I think we're done for that one too. There we go. Play for set pieces. Done. So this one here, I'm just going to add waste time as well. So 20 minutes is quite a long time to waste, but we'll see what we do. As long as we don't get booked for time wasting, of course. Then we got winning by 2+ goals at any time. And do you know what? I think I might just leave this as it currently is. Because if we're winning by 2+ goals, then at that point, parking the bus isn't really an issue. Unless they score, of course. In which case, yeah. But then it will default back to winning by 1+ goal at any time. And I think that's why, actually, I didn't include drawing in the second half. And also after conceding a goal. Because I think at that point, it just defaults to losing. Or just drawing at any time, actually. So yeah, I think that's fine. So yeah, now we got losing by a goal at any time. So again, here we're not going to be super attacking still. We're going to go more balanced and try and get the ball moving a little bit quicker and try and make something happen. Particularly, so we've got conceding a goal and scoring a goal. I think I might take out the scoring a goal just so it defaults to winning by 1+ goal at any time. Or actually, no. So this... Okay, hang on. We'll come back to that. So here we're going to go with shorter passing rather than much shorter passing. We might even do... Actually, we'll do that towards the end. So we'll distribute to playmaker. And we will also play a little bit wider at that point, because the narrow might not work for us. We'll go with a lower defensive line still, because we don't want to make it 2-0 or worse. Higher line of engagement. And pressing intensity I'm not even going to bother with right now. But we'll go with a slightly higher tempo as well. I think that's all we need for that. I think that's good for me. So then losing by 1+ goal for 10 minutes after conceding a goal. Now, I'm going to remove this one. Just have it as losing by 1+ goal. But this one, losing by 1+ goal for 10 minutes after scoring a goal. So this is if we're 2-0 down and we score a goal. And I kind of, again, I think I'm going to leave this as is. I'm going to remove the focused play down the flanks, though. Because, again, I kind of want the team to sort that out themselves. I'm going to get rid of play out of defence as well. Passing to space, gone. Work ball into box, gone. Expressive, run at defence, more direct passing. Overlaps, yes, we will go with. Throw it long. Distribute to flanks, distribute quickly. Much higher tempo, wider, counter. Force the opposition. I'm going to remove that one, actually, because I want them outside if I can. Much higher defensive line. We'll definitely remove that one. We'll just go with a higher defensive line. Because that's a mistake waiting to happen. Much higher line of engagement, much higher pressing intensity, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, counter press, get stuck in, and use the offside trap. Cool. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So losing by, again, I'm going to remove this one. Losing by 1+ goal in the 70th to 90th minute. Now this is where we start changing the formation slightly. So the first thing I want to do is change to the 4-4-2. We'll go with positive still. We're not quite ready to go full out attack. That will come in a second. So yeah, we're going to go with... we might go with shorter passing. We will hit early crosses. We will start to shoot on sight. We will distribute to playmaker still, and we will do it quickly. So I think it is Harding who's more of our playmaker, although Hudson Doncaster is also our playmaker when he plays in the cam role. I think he's set to advanced playmaker, so it's one of those two. We'll go wider. And all this stuff, defensive lines and stuff, I'm not going to worry too much about. We'll leave that up to the players. Same with line of engagement, but we are going to go with a much higher pressing intensity. And we are going to prevent short goalkeeper distribution. And we're going to be more expressive. Actually, we're also going to counter press and counter attack. Every time I try and make these simple, I end up choosing lots of things again. But those two especially you want to do, especially at this stage. 20 minutes to go. It's not as much of an issue. Actually, yeah, because I've just said that, it's not that much of an issue. So I'm going to remove counter and counter press. Because, again, that kind of goes... If you've got a high pressing intensity anyway, it kind of goes without saying that you're going to be counter-pressing them. And we'll also go with a higher tempo, but not necessarily the highest of tempos yet. Okay, and then right at the bottom here, if we're losing by 1+ goal in the 85th to 90th minutes, then we're going to go very attacking. And at this point, it's just balls to the wall, you know. We're going to throw everything we've got at them. We're going to go 3-4-3. We're going to go more direct. Not much more, but more direct. We're going to hit early crosses. We're going to shoot on sight. We're going to distribute over opposition defence. Try and get Baker in behind, or Hudson Doncaster, or Gonzalez Velasco, or whoever it is who's just running the channels. We're going to try and get them in. Distribute quickly, obviously. Actually, here we're going to go narrower, because you haven't really got much width when you've only got one line of 4. There's no point doing anything stupid there. Much higher defensive line. Much higher line of engagement. We're basically going to be kicking the goalkeeper's ankles every time he collects the ball. Much higher pressing intensity. I think we're going to go with the offside trap as well. And already you can start to see this is, again, going to be pretty complicated, this one. Counter press and counter attack. As long as we're not just hoofing it to no one, obviously. More direct passing. And actually, I might change that to just direct passing. Oh yeah, no, it's right. My bad. Much more is the highest one there. We'll go with a much higher tempo. And be more expressive. And I think that's it. I think that's all we need right now. So we're going to go test this in a match, because we actually have a game against Enfield Borough, I think it was, coming up. I am just going to quickly change my preferences for match. Actually, I'll do it when the match starts. Why am I doing it here? I don't know. I'm going to save my game quickly, though, and hopefully it saves quickly. Football Manager 2021, they've optimized the saving a lot more. Look how fast that bar moves. Look at that. And then, boom, it's done. Lovely. So, yeah, make sure that we're using the bus one. This might be a really boring game to watch. This might be a really exciting game to watch still. I have no idea. I'm hoping that we see the match plan having its effect from the get-go, though. That would be awesome. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. One other thing, quick disclaimer. So on Saturday, I mentioned that I'd lowered the players' abilities by 10. After the match on Saturday, and particularly after the 10-0 just now that I told you about, I've actually lowered it again by 10. So I don't know if lowering the current ability actually changes anything, because their stats remain the same. That hasn't changed at all. But I think it pushes them further away from reaching their potential, and the big team's only really coming in right now because of their potential ability. So I think we've kind of got it sussed, but I'm not entirely sure. But as I've said, any player now, there were a couple of players, so Evans and Harding both left after the last stream, but the transfer bids for them came in before the stream started, and they left like straight after the stream finished on the same day that the match was played. So I used the editor to bring them back because the deal was done before the match. So I did say any deals done after the first ball is kicked count, but those ones weren't done after the first ball was kicked. They were done before. So because of that, I did bring those back. But any player now who leaves the club, that's it. They're gone. Hopefully it doesn't happen too often now, because I've tried to tweak it so it doesn't happen. And it's only... Again, I've only really tweaked it in the names of realism. So having a player join a championship team from where we are now, it has happened. Stranger things have happened. But normally it's an academy player joining their academy from our academy. It's not normally a first team player going straight into their first team, which was what was happening in this. So I've tweaked it to stop that from happening, basically. Trying to make the save a little more realistic still. But as I said at the start of the stream, it's canon now. If a player leaves, they've left. That's it. You can't do anything to bring them back. Apart from try and sign them again in the future. But who knows whether that would work. But yeah, I think this is... actually, is this the lineup I'm going to play? Where's Hammond? Oh, he's injured. That's right. So yeah, he's out for 2 to 6 days with a twisted knee, which is painful. And then we've also got Rahman Lewis here, who's out for 2 months with a torn groin muscle. Ouch. That is an ouch. That's a mega ouch. I want to get some of the youth players in. So we're going to start Macaulay at left back here. And I'm trying to remember what your best position is at left back. I don't think it's no nonsense. No, it's an inverted wing back. So because we've got Studholme there, I might just Yeah, actually, no. Yeah, I'll play you as an inverted wing-back. I think it said defend. But yeah. So we've got 2 inverted players, whoops, on this left-hand side now, which may or may not work against us. Mind you, considering we've gone to park the bus, I don't know whether you want anyone like committing forward like that. Who knows? I'm going to put Gadger on the bench instead of Stone. I'm going to start Batten instead of Harding. And again, what's Batten's best position? He is a Carolero. Or a Mazea. Or a ball-winning midfielder. Oh, you can do box-to-box, but box-to-box support, which is what you're set to. That's fine. And where's Reed? Reed is still injured. 9 days and 3 weeks with a damaged foot. I love how they get specific. Makes it so easy to see what's going on. But yeah, I think those are the only 2 changes I'm going to make, to be honest. We do still need another right back, because a 2 is our only really first choice right back right now. We have still got Koic, but his fitness struggles a little bit. And yeah, I am on the lookout for a right back. Let's go in the game, because I'm just waffling now. Not particularly exciting. So we'll see how well we do. I'm looking for a good performance still. I want to see the match plan actually taking effect. I want to see just like the defensive line. I wish I had the radar to be able to see what the defensive line actually looks like during the match. Just want to check we have got it set to bus. Yes, we have. So in a second, it will change. And I also want to change you. We'll go key, because this is going to be a really long video otherwise. Good passing play to get us started. That's a really nice ball from Christie to Hudson Doncaster. Pulls it back to Macaulay. Corner. Now, what does this do to set pieces, I wonder? There you go. We've switched to the tactics now. Yeah, it'd be cool to have a radar. I don't know why they took radar out. But, yeah, I don't know. They did that a few years ago as well. Then they brought it back again because of backlash. So, who knows? But yeah, at this point, the match plan is running the game. So I'm just commentating on what's happening. I don't have to really control anything. And actually, that's not good because Gadger's just been brought on for Batten. And Ruiz has been brought on for Macaulay. That's the one thing I don't like about the match plan is when it makes multiple first half substitutions like that. Particularly ones that aren't particularly helpful. Also, we're not scoring. And we're coming up to the half hour now. And I didn't actually see how many shots we'd had, but I can't imagine it was many. Evans with the header there to Gonzalez Velasco. He's going to go for a little jog around Gilligan. Gilligan's on a yellow, so if he can force a second booking, that would be nice. He crosses it instead. Baker's header. Oh, that's a good goal. That is a good goal. 1-0 to the Stags. Harry Baker with his, God knows how many goals of the season now. I think that's his 7th already. We're only 4 games in. That's insane. What a run this is from Gonzalez Velasco. He just wasn't doing this last season. I think it was a conflict of player and team instructions, but that is an excellent run. And a really good cross. Perfect header into the postage stamp there. 1-0 to the Stags, as I said. So we've had 6 shots, 3 on target. They've had none. So they're still not getting any shots away. This is a more defensive tactic, don't forget. So it's not like because we're not attacking, they are. That's not how it works. And it seems like the floodgates might be opening now. It's still a long ball. See, I don't like that. It was a good pass, but I don't like the fact that we're still attempting long balls when I've explicitly told them to not do that. That is annoying. Gadger, that's a great tackle. He's been forced out wide here, but he's played a nice pass there. Baker going for it, but the keeper comes out first. So already you can see the team are a little bit more liberated now that we've scored the goal. They're sort of exploring the pitch a little bit more. That's an excellent pass. Baker with the volley. Oh, just over the bar. That was really unlucky as well. What an excellent pass this was. Christie's got really good passing. Look at that. That's cool as you like. That's not a hoof and hope. That is a measured ball into the run of the striker. You might have seen there, we've gone top of the league now as well because of that goal. Goal difference of just the plus 15. Not too bad at all. Who was it? It was Enfield, wasn't it? Who won their first game 5-0. They're currently 9th with a goal difference of 3. They've only got 3 points on the board. So suffice to say, maybe their opening game was a bit of a fluke. Who knows? We're at half-time now, 47 minutes on the clock. Nicely played so far. If I look at the analytical data here, so you can see we're a lot more pinned back than normal. Even Hudson Doncaster's almost on the halfway line. We've pretty much matched what Enfield are doing. I just realised we're playing Enfield, yeah. So that's why they've dropped down the league. I've also got a frog in my throat, so apologies if I keep clearing my throat. It's really annoying when that happens. Especially when you're a YouTuber like me and you need your voice for lots of things. But yeah, second half. So Enfield, still no shots. We've had 10 and 4, 11 and 5 now. So we're still only having half of our shots on target, which I'm not particularly pleased with. We're only, I was about to say 2-0. We're only 1-0 up. So the tactic is still working. It is definitely still working. So we've got Ruiz on the ball here. Pulls it back to Sadler. He goes long. Baker flicks on. That's a really nice header. Studholm running in behind. Oh, he crossed it. I thought he was going to shoot. Gonzalez Velasco, can he recycle? He's crossed it in. Studholm with the header. There's 2-0. That's better. I'm not really sure why Nathan crossed it there instead of shooting, but he's got his goal anyway. That's really good play from Gonzalez Velasco again to beat Gilligan. Gilligan can't touch him because he's on a yellow. So you see there, he's crossed it in. No one's there. Gonzalez Velasco holding it up. And this is something new as well. They're actually digging that cross back. Baker, not quite sure how he's not interfering with play there. Maybe he was just onside anyway. But yeah, 2-0. Looking good. And at this point, Shackles come off because we're 2-0 up. So we might as well go for it. And this is no doubt where the goals will start flowing. Well, that being said, yeah, Evans getting that one no problem. Finding a 2. Inside to Gadger, across to Gonzalez Velasco. Yeah, the players are moving around a lot more now as well. Hudson Doncaster all the way back to Christie. He's kind of like our quarterback at the moment, the way he plays people in. He finds Studholm, back to Christie, back to Studholm, back to Christie. Nice spray out wide there to Ruiz. Into the channel for Studholm. Beautiful play. Baker with the shot. Good save by their goalkeeper. Damn, I thought that was going to be goal of the season then, but not quite. I'm trying to work out how many passes. That was like 15 passes or something in a row. Great ball from Ruiz to Studholm. Good pullback. 4 players in the box as well, which is something that we've not seen before. Not even last season did we have that many players in the box for a cross. So the tactic is also affecting things there. So the match plan's been tweaked a lot since I first created it, because I think I've used it on screen before, the original one, the primary one. I tweaked some things to try and get more players bombing forward for moments like that, and it's definitely having an effect. Don't forget that when you're 2 goals up at this point, we're using the same plan as if we're using the other match plan. So at this point, we're not really parking the bus anymore. Is that Harding? Oh, Harding's come on for Christie. Ah, see, I'd have liked Hudson Doncaster to have gone off, or Baker, just to rest them. They're the only players in their positions right now. I will be making variants of this match plan for the other formations that we've got, which will mostly involve switching some of the formations, because obviously 4-4-2 was one of our attacking formations for the 4-2-3-1 formation, but obviously you can't switch to a 4-4-2 if you're already playing 4-4-2. So I think at that point we might go 4-3-3 and then switch to a 3-4-3. Something like that, I don't know yet. Plus we've got the ultra defensive tactic as well, which is 5 at the back, which can also be an attacking formation as well if you use them as wing backs rather than full backs. But yeah, leave that one with me. I'll do some tweaking with that. I'll come up with a comprehensive list of match plans. I might even make them available on Steam Workshop if people want me to. That's a fantastic cross as well. What a volley from Studholm. 3-0. Wow. Yeah, this is a parking the bus tactic, guys. 3-0. No biggie. Still got, what, 26 minutes to go? That is a fantastic ball. Where's that been hiding all season? Wow. Whew, right, okay. So, turns out we've got hidden talents in the locker still. Who saw that coming? Well, we're just going to tear them apart now, because the shackles are well and truly off. Although that wasn't a good pass. Mind you, Baker's looking knackered out there, so it's probably he's not chasing it rather than bad pass. I'm pretty sure the match plan also deals with shouts as well, which is nice. Quite happy with that. Oh, Baker, good turn. But he hasn't got the speed. Does find Studholm, though, who has got the speed. That was a nice first touch from him as well. He cuts back onto his right foot here. That would be good. No, he goes for the penalty. And he's stepping up for his hat-trick. And he buries it. 3-0 to the Stags. 4-0 to the Stags. 3 to Studholm. Excellent performance from him. I felt last season he had a really good scoring run at the start of the season, but it kind of dried up a little bit towards the end. He was still scoring goals, but not to the extent that he is now. So it's good to see that he's getting off the mark here. Playing well. Dare I say it though, but I think when I'm doing the park the bus tactic, I might actually play the twins on the wings instead of Studholm and Gonzalez Velasco, because I think they're more... Bloody hell. 5-0. I think they're more... First of all, they're natural wingers. So they're not inverted wingers or anything like that. And second of all, I think they're more conservative than Studholm and Gonzalez Velasco. What a free kick this is as well. He's just leathered that in. So I think they'll be able to fit the tactic a lot better. Maybe bring the other two on if we do need to get a result. I really hope Hudson Doncaster and Baker don't pick up an injury now, because they are absolutely out of it. Studholm whipping the ball in. Good header from Gonzalez Velasco, but just over the bar. What a performance this has been. This is supposed to be a defensive tactic, and I know once we go 2-0 up, we let the shackles off, but I was still expecting maybe a 3-1 or something like that. Not this. This is insane. It's not over yet. There's still, what, 2 more minutes of this. What a volley that was from Hudson Doncaster. Oh, if that had gone in, what a goal that would have been. Studholm with the cross. Gonzalez Velasco with the header and Devonshire with the catch. What a volley that was from Hudson Doncaster. Are we going to get a replay of that? We're not going to get a replay of that. That's insane. That's on his weaker foot as well. I'm sure he hit that on his right foot. Just the 5-0 then against Enfield. Nothing, no biggie. Nothing to write home about. Again, though, average positions are actually looking a lot more closer to what I want it to be, which is good. They really got pinned back in that second half. Once the second goal went in, the game was pretty much over, because we just go all out attack at that point and they can't handle it. Studholm with a 10 rating, 4 goals and an assist. Awesome stuff. Very happy. Very happy. Where is Studholm? Individuals, Studholm, outstretched arms. Your dominating performance today was spectacular. There we go. And who else played well? Any of the young players that I could talk to? Don't think so, because they all came off pretty early, to be fair. Yeah. Alright, I'll leave it at that then. And yeah, I think that'll do for the episode, guys. So like I said, I'm going to go away now and create match plans for the other tactics, the other formation, sorry. I was going to create like an all-out attack one, but I think our default one, to be honest, is all-out attack. So I'm literally just going to copy the 2 tactics that I've currently got and tweak them slightly to, you know, obviously change the formations and things like that to make them work. And then I'll report back on that. Not in the stream this weekend, I don't think, because chances are I'll forget, but next week's episode. I'll also put a little disclaimer in now. So this weekend's stream will be a stream as normal, and next Tuesday's video will be a normal video as well. But the next weekend's stream, so the 22nd, I want to say, will be a pre-recorded 90-minute match that will be premiered. So I'll be there in the chat typing away, but because lockdown is being lifted, sorry, not restricted. Some of the lockdown restrictions are being lifted. That's what I was trying to say. The week starting the 17th, I'm going to be spending a lot of time with family and friends, and particularly the missus. So I will not be streaming at the weekend, but I will have a pre-recorded video, so you guys have something to watch still, and I will be there in the chat typing away. And saying hi to everyone and things like that. So, until then, at least, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and of course, if you enjoyed the series. Drop some comments down below with feedback on the match plans and all that good stuff. If you have any suggestions for signings for right back and central attacking midfielder and striker, those are still the 3 positions that I'm looking out for. I think I might get my scouts on that as well, just to see what they come up with. But yeah, any suggestions at all, that would be great. Very much appreciated. Besides all that, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. We are still 1 subscriber away at the time of recording from 1,100. So if you'd like to be the 1,100th person, be sure to smack that subscribe button as hard as you possibly can. But don't break it, because I need other people to click it too. But yeah, if you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for continued support. That is very much appreciated. This series has done a lot to help the channel grow, so I'm very, very appreciative of that. And here's hoping it continues for a long time still. But yeah, until next time, guys, which will be this weekend for the stream, I will see you soon.